We are having technical difficulties. Please stand by for your regular programming provider.
Right.
The regular scheduled broadcast will be arriving shortly.
What's up, nation? We back in the building. The truth tellers are loose again. It's time for us to go over free agency. There's been some moves, counter moves, stuff happened. Enough that we can actually fill up a show and not be reaching. How y'all fellas doing today?
Doing great, man.
What's up, brother?
Marvelous. It's always great, to be here live with you guys on this beautiful Saturday. And feeling great.
Yeah, it's a good Saturday to be kind of taking account of where we stand and figuring out what exactly all this stuff that happened means. What does it mean to the Raiders for next year? How does it change the calculus on what we should expect? All that good stuff. So we start at the top with the first kind of move of not for agency, but this period, this off season. And that move was the re-signing of one Max Crosby. There's a lot of back and forth and consternation about whether he was going to be traded or should he be traded or is he worth big money? And, I was on Raider Ben show last night. Raider Ben is not a fan, right? Feels like Max needs to do more, right? In order to be considered a player worthy of a big contract. I feel differently. I feel like he top 5 player at his position, at a premium position, and a locker room leader who had this team with outstanding attendance during the offseason because of his, I think, clear leadership. The man has the Raiders tatted on him. And I feel like it would be some weird combination of Josh Jacobs and Khalil Mack if we let this dude go. So we didn't. So that's how I felt. Thoughts, Western? What do you feel about the Max Crosby signing?
Oh, I'm happy. I've said my my pros and cons with him on our show in the past. I can tell you this though, on when Pete Carroll and John Spytek had their initial press conference with us, and when Pete was talking to Max Crosby in person, and I seen their interactions and like all that, I knew then and there, like Max wasn't going anywhere. They hit it off, and you're absolutely right. When you think of the Raiders right now, who's the first player you think of? Max Crosby.
Max Crosby.
He is our guy, our leader, and I just know going forward with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's going to get the best out of him. He's Max is going to play his heart out, and I know that it just boosts the whole team morale also as well when you're playing alongside a captain and a guy like Max Crosby. So I'm very happy that he ain't gone, you know what I mean, and we have him.
Yeah, I mean, because it would be weird. What do you think, Black? What are your thoughts on the whole Crosby return?
Shit, we better have signed them because we sure didn't sign a lot of our other leaders in our locker room. because like we
Make that up
we
for me.
lost so much leadership in our locker room and free agency that it was good that they did get that done. Because Patrick Graham, his job is on the line. Well, I guess it's on the D line now because his job is on the line because the defense they brought him back. So I thought the defense was going to be a simulative of last year's team, but a little bit upgraded. Now it looked like we kind of reshelling our defense. So at least we have that cornerstone there, along with Kuntz. I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that was it was imperative that we sign Max, because if we did not sign Max, even with hindsight now, and we didn't spend the money like we did, I mean, if we would have spent the money like we did, our defense would have been bottom half, bottom tier. So at least to give us a fighting chance here, and like 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 they said, this is not for the money of what you already did. This is money for what we expect you to do. So yeah, I'm with you guys on this. I'm also with Ben a little bit, that he does need to show up and show out, but we'll see. I think he'll show up. I that's one person I haven't had to worry about like that. So don't start now.
Right. No point. Right. Like I made the point on the other show, if we don't pay Max, who in the hell would we pay? If you were a Raiders player, why would you believe you would ever get a contract extension if Max Crosby couldn't get it? I mean, like, how good compared to your peers must you be to come back to this team? Right? If you're in discussion for the best at your position, that should be good enough, I would think. So, yeah. Smart signing, just details, is a 3-year extension, 106.5 million total, 91.5 per year. That averages to 35.5 in average annual salary, which is tops in the league just by a smidge, and won't be for long. So, yeah, I mean, it sets a new benchmark, and I think we'll see players like Trey Hendrickson wants a new contract. Things like that. Miles Garrett, some other players, right, are coming up. Just some stuff. Crosby was ranked top 5 last year in pass rush win rate. So how often he wins and then causes an issue, right? A pressure or whatever. He's also one of the top run defenders for edge defenders as well. So not often do you have a player that is that good at both of those things. And you look at his win rate is better than TJ Watt. Okay. This is third amongst the top guys. Miles Garrett has a 27% win rate compared to like a 24% for him, right? So, yeah, effective player, extremely effective player, and so I think pretty clear that he needed to come back, right? But then there was subsequent move immediately on D line also. A day or so later, as we got into just before free agency, I believe this went down. But we ended up re-signing and bringing back Adam Butler. I felt like he had another standout year. One of the kind of underrated players on this defense that they made a big difference when we did play well, right? And getting Christian Wilkins back and then having that rotation where we have, I think, some good ability and depth, because I think Tyree Wilson's going to play inside a lot more. I think he's going to end up playing the 5 technique, especially because Pete Carroll's influence on how we're going to have some under and over alignments, which will move the line, slide the line back and forth. And 5 technique is when you're head up on the tackle instead of on the edge or the inside. right? And it makes a difference, right? Um, I think if Teron Armstead tried to play, you know, 9 or outside all the time, it would not be effective for him. And I think they're very similar players. And so allowing him to kind of play where he is most effective, I think, is going to be helpful. Um, Kuntz being outside of him is going to be helpful. And having
Absolutely.
Crosby of Christian Wilkins with the rotation, including Butler, is going to be, if we can keep everybody healthy, right?
Oh
Then
yeah, it's
that's
gonna
going
look
to be
scary. It's gonna look really
really good.
scary.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Butler that you guys wanted to drop in before we?
No, I share the same, insight. I feel like him in the rotation, is a big, piece to help with our, defense going forward. And I'm gonna say that, same thing earlier with Pete Carroll. I just feel like he's gonna bring the best out of all our players, and that includes the D line too. And going back to Tyree, right? I got a feeling that this
Mm-hmm.
this might be his best season that is upcoming, because I just feel that Pete Carroll, he brings the best out of each player, and I feel the potential is there that Tyree Wilson could possibly have his best season. And yeah, I don't want to jump the gun here on the show, but you know Butler, and Kuntz. I'm happy that we were able to retain those guys there.
Huge, huge. Yeah. The next topic I want to talk about was Kuntz anyway. So nice segue. But Black, did you have anything on Butler?
No,
Did you have any? No.
you guys are on point. I mean, like Butler earned his bread. You feel me? Like when
Mm-hmm.
everybody was going down and he was there, and he played well. Like I was saying on the other night, like anytime your D tackle or interior lineman get 5, 6, 7, 8 sacks, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because that eliminates the quarterback being able to step up all the time and run and the respect for the run game and stuff like that. So that was something I think we needed to shore up. I think
Mm-hmm.
we are piggybacking Gruden's philosophy. Like in order to beat Kansas City, you got to do it from the D line, and the Eagles showed that. So that we obviously are prioritizing the D line. Now our linebackers not so much, but whatever, the D line is there. So I'm glad we got that signing, because between him, Kuntz, Wilkins, and Max is for the taking.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man. Um, just gotta keep everybody healthy,
Absolutely, that is
right?
key. That is key.
Yeah. So we can do that. Then yeah, I think we can kind of have a dominant D line that kind of sets the tone, right? You have to do something really well, right? You got to have a signature. And if we can keep the D line healthy, I think that can be kind of the signature piece of our defense, which works well because both Patrick Graham and Pete Carroll are not blitzers. It's a front four thing, and they expect them to get the job done. Um, and then they play some games in the back end that can confuse quarterbacks and take away your best options, make things really hard on you, right in the passing game. So you know, I'm interested to see the kind of stuff that they throw, the kind of coverages that they run, the two of them working together. Those things would be pretty cool. Kuntz was the next thing, definitely huge, bringing him back. He had a breakout season in 2023. He had 11 games started, but he had 8 sacks, uh, 3 or 4 forced fumbles, depending on what stat agency you look at. Um, 17 quarterback hits, um, 43 tackles, 32 of those solo. Um, just had a big impact before he got hurt. He did end up before he got hurt in this preseason, so he didn't get a chance to play this year. Sustained a knee injury, was an injured reserve, missed an entire season this year. But we signed him to a 1-year, $12 million deal, so he is back. And ever since the beginning of that season, when he had a little bit of a growth spurt, he went from 6'2" to over 6'3", and put on some more weight, muscle, right? And he's just been a lot more effective. I think it's made a big difference for his leverage, and his ability to stop the run, which was hurting him staying on the field. And then it's added something to his bull rush, and so the package is just pretty crazy. And physically, the bend, the get off, the stuff that you look for in an edge player is superior for Kuntz. I think he is athletically our best pass rusher right now. Jason had something to say about that, but he doesn't play for us anymore. And I think even though Crosby is a better overall player right now, Kuntz has this higher ceiling. It's hard to say that, but it's true.
Yeah,
because
he ain't no bum.
He can put together a crazy amount of sacks.
He got more potential, maybe, but I mean,
yeah,
potential don't always pan out.
It usually doesn't, actually.
Huh?
It usually doesn't actually pan out. No, people don't usually reach their potential, because then you'd be like a yogi.
See, the thing about Max, we see him reaching his potential. I mean, we could say he got a lower ceiling. I mean, but that ceiling is in top 5 of the NFL. Like, sure, he might not be able to be top 3, but top 5 is top 5. I mean, Kuntz ain't even on the radar right now, but we see he got the skill set to make it there. Now it just has to translate, right?
Absolutely. So it translated into 2023. Let's see if he can get back to health like we wanted it to be, and then get back to doing what he was doing, because he was causing some havoc. I wanted to touch on just quickly y'all's thoughts on the offensive line. And I say that because the next thing we're going to talk about is bringing in Geno Smith, right? But I want to talk about the offensive line real quick, just because I think it's important.
Yeah, so I'll just go, real quick here. So, our offensive line, is a lot better, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that most of the Raider Nation out there will agree with me that our O-line is better than the Seahawks' O-line, right? Okay. So just going with that, so it makes you feel a lot more comfortable that when Geno is dropping back there and is in the pocket, he doesn't have to run for his life, and he could extend plays a lot further. And our O-line, ain't the greatest O-line, but it's not too shabby either. And I would not be shocked if we definitely try to acquire a few more players here. Could be in like right after this live. It could be now. Like a free agency. Offensive line. Lineman, guard, tackle. You know what I mean? Could be signed, right? But I would not be shocked at all. And I know for sure that in the draft we'll be addressing that also as well for some depth. Because I would like to have a depth there. You could rotate guys, in the O-line just in case. And but yeah, I'm not too worried, about our O-line. But if we have the chance to improve it, absolutely do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I think it's not going to be as easy as people think. Crazy stat. Jordan Meredith, probably better than most people think. Um, it's I believe PFF rating, so it's not infallible, but they do a pretty damn good job, honestly, of rating overall performance. And you look at things as relative, right? It's its own scale. So Jordan Meredith was overall last season a top 10 guard. um, you know I think we all like JPJ.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a lot of consternation, right? A lot of like, oh, we need to invest in the offensive line. I get that they're small, right? Parham and Meredith, but we'll see. I think we're going to be taking advantage of more zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so that shouldn't be a big issue. Um, I think at this point, drafting a good guard and signing one that's good depth is probably all we really have to do here.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to get a tackle in the future, I wouldn't be mad at it, right?
Right.
Especially because you already have DJ Glaze, and he could slide over to left.
Absolutely.
Future, right? And then you could have somebody that you believe can play right. Thoughts what on the offensive line? I know you had some feelings about how people was talking about him last year, and I think that's kind of coloring how people are approaching it this year. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
That's funny that you said that, because I was just sitting here thinking not too long ago. I was like, not to you, Western, because you're not one of the people that I'm thinking about, but I'm like, when I was saying last year the O-line ain't that bad, you know what I'm saying? I kept saying that last year, like, we're not that bad at the O-line. And O-line is not a position that one season you guys got it. Like, that's like a 3-4 season process, like, for real. And that's like streamlining it. You feel me? Like, that's especially if you got like 2-3 rookies on the line. So all things considered, I thought we was cool. Not that we were good, but we were cool. Like,
Yeah.
all right, we know kind of like who we have. Now let's try to get some schemes together. Maybe bring in a veteran or whatever. Like, we could do something. But the way everybody was acting, like we had a center and 2 tackles, and that's it. Like, no guard. Like, it was all like Andre
Yeah, the
James
guards are
or
just
Andre
horrible,
James.
right?
Last Oakland Raider, right? Like, we just didn't even give him a cake, a card, or nothing. We was just like, bye. So shout out to Andre James, man. Appreciate you, bro.
That was rough.
And if you went somewhere else and played good, I seen it coming. So
Yeah, he gonna get signed somewhere else, bro. The stats are pretty clear. He's not as bad as we believe he is, but it's just sometimes you just aren't a fit somewhere because perception becomes reality, right? Like, yeah. So he's upgradable, obviously, right? But I think he's trash stuff is a little too far, and like blaming him for like all offensive line problems seems to be a little too much.
What's going on, Jeffrey? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, for sure, Jeff. What's up, man? So yeah, Geno Smith. Okay, so we established that the offensive line is like better, definitely better, right? He had a really bad offensive line last season to the point where he needed to get the ball out fast all the time. He did a good job of avoiding sacks, buying time, and then making completions happen. But it definitely hampered him, and made mistakes more likely, which adds up. It just does, right? And added up to a season where he didn't play at his peak. but I think it's more apt to compare the last time he had Pete Carroll with a good offensive line, right? He came to Pete Carroll for a reason, um, and I think that was, one of the more kind of exceptional seasons. Um, and the Spurs just kind of taking over and breaking out as a player, because previously there were questions, right, about the viability of Geno Smith, and then I think he had a season that kind of put a lot of those questions to rest, right? Um, and it's pretty exceptional. So
What's going
8
on,
minutes.
minutes?
We're going through.
Thank you, brother, for being
Yes. Thank you for coming through, guys. But yeah, it was one of those situations where I think, he really kind of changed how people saw him as a player, and um, kind of set a pretty high standard for what we'd want from him moving forward. Right? It's like a 4,200 yard, 30 touchdown season, which is exceptional, right? Um, and it's the kind of thing that I think he can replicate, you know, because he's here under Pete Carroll. The offensive line, like we talked about, is better, and then he's got Chip Kelly, right?
Absolutely.
Um, I don't know if anybody recalls what Geno Smith did in college, but he was in a spread type offense in college. That's what got him drafted, right? Because he was exceptional. Um, and so going back to that sort of thing with, one of the smarter offensive, play callers and architects that we have in like a Chip Kelly, he might have his best season, right?
Absolutely.
And so I'm kind of excited about that. Um, because we did have a chance to talk about Geno previously. I just want to kind of wrap everything together today so we can kind of think about it in totality. 70% completion percentage rate in 2022 under Carroll, 4,282 yards and 30 touchdowns. Um,
Yeah.
So something like that, right? And we'll be.
But they had receivers though. But they had Tyler Lockett, Golden Tate.
No, it'll be Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf.
I mean, what year you say? I'm sorry.
2022.
Yeah, DK Metcalf. Come on.
Which is good. I mean, obviously.
Yeah, the receiver core is crazy right there.
I think a Bowers and a Myers, along with whatever we bring in. I think Trey Tucker is pretty damn good. I think it's comparable. I really do. I think Bowers may be better than Metcalf, and I think Lockett and Myers are like right there, very similar in skill and production and whatever. So I think he has a good set of weapons. They still have Mayer, and then we'll see what happens, and who else gets brought in. So yeah. So Nutty Raider Nate, thanks for coming through.
In the chat, man. Thank you for your time.
So for sure. So, yeah, I mean the stuff that he needs to do for this offense, the Chip Kelly offense, right? The mobility that he shows, right? The quick passing game, right? That stuff is he's improved, right? He's at 70% completion percentage for a reason, right? And so he's really been kind of hitting that stuff. And then you add in the fact that there's RPOs and the play action. And he's accurate intermediately, has a really good deep ball, right? Which can open up Trey Tucker, right?
And he has legs too, man. He has legs too, man. He's mobile.
Right. He's mobile, right? Like he's a threat, He can run all that boot stuff, no problem. No problem, right? And we got him for a 3rd round pick. And he's the cheapest veteran starting quarterback not on a rookie deal.
Yeah, we have a starting quarterback, a top 10. You know what I mean? Starting quarterback for a third round pick. So
Yeah,
I'm very happy with that.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, good move as far as I'm concerned. Just kind of wanted to round it up. Black, any thoughts you wanted to add to that, or do you want to get to the
I
other stuff?
What up, Raider Nate? Nutty Raider Nate. You're a Raider though.
EC
What's
Everett,
up,
what's up?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, EC? Hey, I think Gino. Like this is my sentiment. Gino is a competent quarterback. I mean, that's what we needed. That's a step ahead. The whole purpose of free agency is so you can go forward. I question what we're doing overall, but at the quarterback position, I think we made a step forward. Right? It would be disillusion. It'd be delusional to think that. No, I won't say delusional. Let me take that back. Let me redact that. We know who Geno Smith is, and I like the upside. I kind of was I rooted for Geno Smith when they hated on him a couple years ago when he said he made that comment about that he didn't. Let me see what he said. I forgot. It was a nice little comment that he made that got me really on his side, because once he got punched and got his jaw broke as a quarterback, that's a bad sign, right? If your team don't like your quarterback, and I've been there before where, like, if some of your teammates don't like you or whatever, for whatever the reason, I like his character. My only thing is like the nation, how we act when the quarterback play is not where we want it to be or is inconsistent, how we jump ship. And I don't want that for Geno Smith, because I think he's one of those cusp quarterbacks. He's on the cusp of he's a mid-tier quarterback, but I would say he's on the upper part of that, and we can drain you as a player. Look at Gardner Minshew. Now he a backup to Patrick Mahomes. When he was on the trajectory of being a starting quarterback for an NFL franchise. So you can take a step back here as a quarterback. I just hope that the nation don't do that to him if it doesn't translate into wins right now.
Man, you make some good points. We are a very impatient fan base. We are now up there with the Bears, the Jets fans, guys. Like, where we just we start crucifying people real quick.
We are impatient just because of our history, right? We just want to win. We want to turn things around. We want to ride, the ship right and turn the tide. So I definitely understand, and I feel, for the people out there, who love our team, and we do get, a little antsy at time and anxious and impatient, but that just comes with, not being successful for quite some time. So I completely understand where they're coming from with that.
Yeah, it's rough. No other way to cut it, right? It's been a rough little stretch here, guys. Right. So let's talk about some other stuff, right? We brought in I was brought in Gino, but then free agency, we brought in Jeremy Chin.
Great player.
The loss that corresponds to that, I guess, is the Trayvon Merrick loss, right? It's probably the one that, right? So interesting, right? Yeah. Thanks, D-Mans. It's very good at angle black. But yeah, I mean, Merrick. Okay, so we signed Chin to a 2-year, $16.258 million deal. So the totality of that deal was about 16 and a quarter or so. And Merrick signed a 3-year, $51 million deal, 17 per for Carolina. So he is twice as expensive as Jeremy Chin. And the difference.
I want my money and I want it now.
JG Wentworth.
I would say the Chin is going to be, in some ways, more effective, and is very close to the same level of player. He does make more plays though.
See, y'all saying
turnovers.
That. I want to believe that. Y'all saying that. So now y'all got two things on my watch list. Y'all putting these things on my watch list. The first one is Chip Kelly, and then now it's gonna be Chin, because I don't know enough about him, right?
Chin recorded. He's an
And so
extremely athletic player.
That could be my fault, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure I might not have known about Merrick if he would have played somewhere else, like, right? So I could get it. So he's on my watch list, that's all.
Yeah, versatile, athletic, 117 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble last year for the Commanders, who went to the NFC Championship game, partially bolstered by that defense, and the secondary did play well. He can play the run, he can play the pass, he can play in the box, and he can play deep. And interested to see how that interchangeable safety thing works, because I think Pound Mal is very similar in the way that he can play up in the box and also deep. And so that's going to give our defensive coordinator some options as far as moving coverages and fooling the quarterback, which is, like we said earlier, a part of how this defense makes its hay, right? Front four, get pressure. Back seven, make plays, right? Impact. So I think he's an impact player.
Absolutely.
I think Mary was a little bit frustrating in the fact that he wasn't getting interceptions, right? He would get his hands on the ball and then not convert. His job, obviously, is to prevent big plays, right? Come up and fill running lanes, things like that. When he actually flourished, they moved him up closer to the line. He started playing Epps position, and Pound Mal was playing deep more. And then over the last 8 or 10 games, maybe so, of the season, he really made a name for himself there, right? He was so, I think the first maybe half of the season, 6 games, something like that, where they felt like there was a kind of a shift when they started using them differently. So probably wasn't going to be the deep safety. And so Pound Mal may just continue to do what he was doing, and then Chen can kind of slide in to being in the box, where he would probably play just as well as Merrick, maybe outplay him in some ways, right? He's just a little bit more athletic, like Sutton. He's more of a sudden and violent player. Merrick hits hard, Chen hits harder.
Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely. 100%.
So just kind of wanted to go through that signing in that situation. The next one I wanted to kind of review is we lost a corner, right? Nate Hobbs left, signed a deal somewhere else. He went to Green Bay, and in turn, we took Eric Stokes from Green Bay.
I really like that signing. He's a former first-round pick, man, and you just got to give him a chance, man. And I know that he didn't play a lot of games. He was injured and all that, but I really like that signing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had some injuries the previous couple seasons, but yeah, I think he's going to probably end up starting. He's got a nice skill set. He's explosive, good in coverage. All it is staying healthy, good against the run. We'll see where he ends up playing. Having him, and then getting some guys back from injury, right? We'll see, how Jack Jones bounces back in this kind of defense. I would expect Pete Carroll to get the most out of a player like Jack Jones, right? Pete Carroll is a former defensive back. And he is just kind of able to talk to those guys, right? Haven't played that position for real. So, yeah, I think there is potential for unlocking the Jack Jones, and like you got Jacoby Bennett coming back, and Eric Stokes, and okay, all right, I see what we're doing here, right? We'll see if we bring it back like a Darnay Holmes or something like that. But yeah, let's see what happens with that. But I thought that was a good signing. Y'all got any thoughts on that? Black on Eric Stokes.
Don't know him.
He said, "Don't know him." Perfect.
I'm like, man, if you injury prone, I do not want you starting. But whatever, I'm giving everybody a blank slate. I'll play because I have like this standard, like especially players I don't know. I'm not gonna say that I don't know them because they're not good like that. Because it could be a case where you find players that's solid, they just haven't been, they just haven't either had the opportunity to kind of like show all their skills or a lot of their skills, or they've been injured because of they got injured, so they haven't been able to show their skills. And then sometimes you can find a diamond in the rough in the draft. Any of these guys could be that. I'm just looking at you guys and seeing how you guys responded to them, and I'm just leaving it open for interpretation. I don't think our corner position was a position where we were. I feel like we didn't need help. We definitely need help there. And corners are hard to find. You know what I'm saying? Starting corners are hard to find. So we'll see. Just don't get hurt, because then I'm gonna be like, well, we knew that going into this. Like, I could see it. We were making him a nickel corner, and that's what we kind of wanted to do. But if we talking about starting, I would hope that we would have like one stud at the corner position, and I would prefer that it wasn't Bennett, because he's going to go from essentially the little kid on the block to the big brother on the block like in a matter of a season, and he even got injured last year. So I don't know, but hey, welcome to being Raider. You're a Raider now. I'm stoked.
What he said, I'm stoked.
I like that.
I don't know. Jack Jones maybe moving into this more of a slot role could be something, right? He definitely has the coverage ability and feet, speed, pattern recognition, hands, right? To get that stuff done. He's a good blitzer, right? And I think it keeps him probably out of the position where you have to go against a big X receiver and try to tackle him. Right? So we'll see. Yeah, be interesting. We don't need any business decisions though, right? So Raheem Mostert. Right? Raheem is a beast of a person. Speedy, violent, right?
I like that signing. So I understand, he might be getting up there in like age, right? But he's a baller. He has speed, and he has familiarity with Chip and Kelly. And that's a big thing. You know what I mean? And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was the 2022. Was it the 2022 or 20? Yeah, 2022. Yeah, he was balling, man. He was balling out. And he definitely, was kind of hindered with the, Dolphins, because they're, back they have now. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I have like a whole bunch of players that are just siphoning through my head right now. The other fast kid who's a starting back for the Dolphins right now. So he kind of took over that job, but he's he was injured, right? So that's why he lost a job there. But he definitely has, talent, and he's gonna come here, and he's gonna play hard. And Chip Kelly could
Mhm.
definitely unlock that potential in him. Thank you, EC. It was A Chain. Yeah, A Chan. A Chan. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a weird thing when you turn on the uh, the national pundits and they're saying good things about the Raiders off season, but then here we're upset. It's like it never matches up, right? Yes, Jack, this is a lie.
What's up, Jack? Salute, man.
Yeah, this never matches up, right? You have PFF finally being like, man, this is a quietly impressive offseason they've had, and we're kind of down or worried or indifferent about it, which is kind of funny, right? It's pretty ironic. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how it ends up playing out, because if the pundits are wrong, uh, and somehow we didn't have a good offseason, that's going to be ironically hilarious.
And
Just,
the pundits. Like I seen like the Raider draft grade was like a B plus somewhere, and in my whole mind, I'm like, it wasn't no B plus, right?
mm-hmm.
I think they be trolling us. Like they be like, yeah, that was a good signing, knowing that really that wasn't a great signing. Like how they trying to play it off. Like Mostert is it's a good signing for the fact that we had no running backs. You know, because at least we got somebody we know that could actually read a hole, maybe
Right.
make the first guy miss. You know, I ain't necessarily thinking he should be like our bell cow or nothing like that, unless he proves himself. But I
We
see
just
this
want some
kind of,
basic stuff.
huh?
We just want about basic running back stuff, right?
Yeah, basic running back stuff. So I see this signing likened to like the premise last year of going to go get a Madison or to go get or to use like Zamir, like a real basic running back, and then go get another one. Like I can see him and another talented running back. Let's I say like a Genty, let's say even Genty, right? That gives us the opportunity where we don't have to use him on all three downs. You know, give him some chances to learn behind a veteran and that kind of stuff. So I can see that tandem, that would be a good running back room, even if it ain't Genty, even if it's one of these kids coming out of college that have some potential. You know, then I could see us being a middle tier running back. That's kind of what all we really need at this point until we can find somebody we could just staple in there. Because replacing Josh Jacobs is a chore. Replacing Derek Carr was a chore. And I would say that Geno Smith isn't better than Derek Carr, but they're equivalent. So, okay, look at what we have to go through in order to get our quarterback. We had to essentially trade Devontae Adams, hope Devontae Adams played well enough for it to turn into a 3, which I said was going to happen when everybody didn't think it.
Yeah, we were like, that's a 3. They're like, no, nah,
yeah, you said it. Yeah, we said it here on this show. So we essentially had to do that, and then we end up trading to go get a quarterback. So we went through a lot. So we're gonna have to go through something similar to do for our running back, like to restructure the running back room. And Mostert is a good addition. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy about it.
I agree.
We
I
have
just
a
gotta say
competent running back.
time out here. I gotta salute to Raider Ryan. What's up, brother? Jack.
Yes. Yeah.
Jack, kind of the OG Raider. Thank you. And thank for all you guys being here and for tuning in right now. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So much. Thank you.
Absolutely. We love y'all here being here, man. Real Raider fans up in here. So Jack said he saw a little something earlier. I thought we could answer this real quick for him. He said it came down to Shador or Mason Graham in a draft situation. Who would you boys take? I think everybody knows I'm going to take Shador. I think he is better than he's being scattered to be, and he plays a super premium position that's, I don't know, been a little hard for us to find as Raider fans. I don't know if you guys were paying attention, but last time we had a good quarterback, we found him off the Kansas City Schneid, right? And it was for a few years before Siragusa belly flopped on him and ended that.
Yeah,
so previous to that, I don't know. I started being a Raider fan under Jay Schrader, right? The Jay Schrader, Steve Berline debate and the NFL strike that brought on free agency was how I started football, guys. So we've been making bad decisions with quarterbacks for a while.
Yeah. I agree.
Berline was better than Schrader. Sorry, this is better.
That's like saying broccoli. That's like saying broccoli is better than asparagus. Like what?
Hey, it may be.
Like I don't like neither one of them. How about that?
What if it's asparagus, but it has butter on it every time, and you just
I don't like neither one of them.
You know what I mean? Like that's Schrader.
Like, it might be good for you, but I don't like neither one of them. Like
I don't like neither one.
I was one of those kids. So Schrader. Let me see. Mason Graham or Shador. I mean, like the Raiders need a quarterback. Like it's not that difficult. Like you gotta go with the quarterback. You gotta go with my boy. So I would go with Shador, man. Like Shador to me is like the obvious choice. I don't even know why people are like making this more complicated than it has to be. Like now I'm starting to buy into they hating on the whole Sanders name thing now. Like for real, because Shador is like we need Shador really for real though. It's just that we don't like. It's the name. I think it's the name. Mason Graham, cool, but Shador is more of a fit for us. Of course, we can go get players at other positions that are fit because we have hella holes. So, of course, if we go get a corner from Michigan, we can go get the D lineman, we can go get. We could do the Brock Bowers thing, pick the best player. You know what I'm saying? We could do that, and then it'll be damn near like a triple or a home run maybe if they pan out, especially a top 6 pick. So I'm gonna say Shador, me personally, but I'm pro Shador, so I may be a little biased, but I think my biasness is based on fact.
All right, facts. What you got?
So I've been saying this on the show in the past too, and I don't think Graham will be there honestly, but he's a phenomenal player, phenomenal, amazing. He is a game changer. He's an X factor, right? But I'm gonna stick with my guns here, and I'm gonna stick with my answer that I've been saying in the past. If Shador's there, you got to take him. You
run the card up there.
You got to take him
and take it. Like guys, we have
who picked 7
quarterbacks.
Who picked 7?
Let me look. Jacksonville, maybe.
I don't know. Honestly, that's a good.
That's crazy. We didn't care about nothing past 6.
That's that is real.
I actually knew this and then forgot.
So right. It was like we don't care.
I was like, well, once we picked them, we're not.
Let's see. So the Jets are a 7, right?
Jets. There we go.
Okay.
So Jets at 7. Now, like if Shador was to drop at 7 to 7, right?
He's going to the Jets.
He's going to the Jets. He's going to the Jets, and even that, I could see him working in for the Jets. I could see him working there. Really? Because if they could deal with Aaron Rodgers, right? And to me, I don't even think Aaron Rodgers was that big of a distraction like that. I think the team was just distracted itself because they were good for a second, and then everybody had an expectation. And then once a team that's not used to expectation get expectation, they fall to said expectation, which is crazy, right? So I can see him playing there. Y'all, people think that Shador gonna come in and be this big distraction. Shador is none of that. Like everywhere he's played, he's been none of that. You hear more about Shiloh than Shador, and Shiloh and Shador is the quarterback. The quarterback is the face of all the teams that he play on. So I don't think Shador is going to be an issue like that.
No, me either. So people talked about Genty.
Thank you, EC, for the draft picks.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. No, just like the whole idea of Genty there, I think is something that keeps popping his head up, right? And you know, I feel like I'd rather have Scatabo. I'm just
put him at fullback.
I'd rather have Scatabo, bro. Like I just how I feel about it. Genty's dope or whatever, but like, yeah, things have been crazy. Yeah, things have been crazy out here, Jack. That's for another show. So, you know, Amarion Hampton is very interesting also, right?
Sorry to interrupt here. I heard Ashton Genty before I had to take a quick break before I went out. So what did I miss here, fellas?
I said I would rather have Scatabo.
Okay. That's
how I feel.
Okay. No, I agree. Yeah, I mean, to what you're saying with your opinion there, but me in the past, you know, I've always been pro Genty here. I'll say this now that if Shador or Graham is not there, I'm taking Genty at 6 here. And I just want to say, you know, real fast here. So I got a quick little list here that I brought up. So these are the top 15 backs that were taken in the draft since
you said running back.
Yeah. So this is a list, just a quick little list here of the top 15 backs drafted in the first round since 2000. So in 2000, it was Jamal Lewis. In 2001, Damian Thomason. 2005, Ronnie Brown. 2006, Reggie Bush. 2007, AP, Adrian Peterson. 2008, Darren McFadden, you know, with us. 2009, you know, Sean Moreno. 2010, CJ Spiller. 2012, Trent Richardson. 2015, Todd Gurley. 2016, Ezekiel Elliott. 2017, Leonard Fournette. 2018, Shaquan Barkley, the Animal. 2023, Bijan Robinson. And then 2023, you know, Gibbs. So I kind of feel like you kind of have more of a success hit rate hitting with those backs there. And I do understand, you know, that this draft class is absolutely loaded, right? It is loaded. Like there's a lot of good, you know, backs here. But this is just me here. I feel like Genty, he separates himself from those other backs. And I'm not hating on the other backs because there's great ones, you know, here too. But I won't go out on a limb here, and I don't want to say, you know, he's going to be a generational, you know, guy and like all that, right? Like I won't say, you know, he could be like a, you know, Thomason, you know, or go that far, you know, like reach like that. But I will say that you can guarantee him to be a complete star. So I'll say that.
Shoot, all them running backs you just named, maybe like only 2 of them didn't really pan out.
Well, no, actually, a lot of them didn't pan out.
Cool. Let's go back on that. Let's go back to that
CJ
list.
Spiller, no Sean Moreno.
Hold on. Go back to the list.
All right,
no,
so you got
no more than 4 of those.
So you got Jamal Lewis,
Damian
Thomason, Ronnie Brown,
nice,
Reggie Bush,
Ronnie Brown, no,
Ronnie
Reggie
Brown.
Bush,
Ronnie
no.
Brown started. No, so when I say nice, I'm not saying that they were elite. I'm just saying they
Well,
held
that's what you
starting
need.
jobs in the NFL.
Yeah, but that's not what you're looking for with a top, 15 running back. You're looking for elite. If it's not
No,
elite, why are you picking him there?
everybody. Okay, so well, if that's the case, Reggie Bush wasn't elite.
I know. I just counted him.
So the thing is, and so I wouldn't say Reggie Bush was a bad draft pick though.
I would.
Yeah, using hindsight, going to the Saints. But I'm
I
just saying,
mean,
like,
I don't know
and
why
I
he
still
didn't
wouldn't think
perform,
that's
but
a
he
bad
didn't.
draft pick. Even if we have the draft again that year, Reggie Bush still going to be the first running back, like run the first couple running backs pick
Yeah,
regardless.
he would be probably the first one, but not that high.
That's using hindsight. But so Reggie, I still would say Reggie Bush is
Okay, so you got Bush.
draftable.
And after that, you got All Day, Adrian Peterson. Then you got Derek McFadden, Sean Moreno,
Okay, him,
CJ Spiller, Trent Richardson,
them three,
Todd Gurley, Ezekiel Elliott,
or
Leonard Fournette, Shaquan, Bijan, and
Fournette
then me.
got a Super Bowl, sir.
Come on, bro. He was on
No,
the Super Bowl
don't
team.
do that.
He wasn't the reason they won.
Yeah, he was. He's a big part of
He
the
had
reason why they
Tom
won.
Brady, please.
He was a
Cannot
big
get
part of the
credit.
reason why they won the Super Bowl that year.
Well, come on, now. Western. What you think?
About Trent Richardson?
No, Leonard Fournette.
Fournette won Tampa Bay a Super Bowl.
Fournette won them a Super Bowl.
He didn't win it, but he played a part helping, but yeah,
He helped Tom.
I don't want to go out and reach and say that he was, the main factor on why, they have won, but he played a part for sure.
A part. Yes, he did. The part where Tom Brady did the other rest, most of it. But yeah, they're talking about Geno. Geno, I think, has 1 year left on his deal, and he has to renegotiate something. So we'll see. We may wait on that. Kind of see how the draft shakes out. So there you go, right? We'll see what kind of extension he's able to negotiate. Looks mostly like he kind of wanted out of Seattle. So there you go. Death Pile, what's up? He says I'm all for bringing in Shador at 6. He's our quarterback of the future. I think so. Also, yeah. So
smart person right there.
He is a smart guy. He's a very smart guy. Yeah, EC's always on top of everything. Says if Geno gets plus 2 years, is Shador going to sit that long? No, I think Shador probably sit a year. And so, you might want to keep him for another year or two as insurance, right? But then, can you make a contract that's feasible for him being a possible backup? Do you want to spend that on a backup and then kind of eat into the advantage you have of having a rookie quarterback? So it's a tough one, right? 7-10. So we got the rest of it: just Jets, Panthers, Saints, Bears, right? So let's say finish top 10, and then you look at, if for some reason Shador isn't there, right? And we have to go in a different direction, right? You could see a scenario where we take something like maybe a Ted McMillan receiver from Arizona. There's not many 6'5", 4'4" guys out there who catch everything. That could be something.
Absolutely. He has hands like Velcro. He got Velcro hands, man.
6'5", 4'4", catches everything.
They were saying that his hands, he has 10-inch hands, man. So he's like mossing everything, like he's Yeah, he's a stud, man.
Mm-hmm.
I just think in our first round pick, we gotta go quarterback or running back. Even though we go running back, 6 is too high. He better be what they as advertised.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only thing that does is bring pressure on him. I mean, because it was all about position. Because if the Raiders was at 10, and he still probably wouldn't have got drafted at 10, right? So we could get 10. So if we could drop down with some assurance, then yeah, I'm with that. Like that'd be a good move for us. But if our back against the wall and we got a pick and Shador is there, of course we gotta go Shador. If Shador not there, we gotta go Genty. There is no we go get this running, we go get this wide receiver. The first thing we gonna talk about is we don't have a running back. But that's all contingent on what we do in the other rounds too, though.
Yeah. I don't think there's so many running backs. I figure like we can fall into one in the first 3 rounds, right? Like, I just think it's a better situation for us than trying to kind of force getting that quarterback. I mean, the running back high. But, we'll see what happens. Jackson, who is Shador's comp? I mean,
You
I
can compare
think
him. So this is just me here. He's comparable to Geno Smith, which we have now.
right. I think that's his floor.
Yeah, Teddy Bridgewater when he was good, in like college and all that, and
Yeah,
and then he could
Who
also
y'all talking
be
about?
Shador.
and then
Is Teddy Bridgewater?
No, I
in
think his
college.
floor is Geno Smith.
Yeah. So where I'm trying
Oh,
to
his floor.
compare him.
His floor.
Oh yeah.
And
Okay.
he could also be a Baker type too, also as well. Baker.
Okay.
That's
I
my
see.
3.
I see his ceiling as Steve Young.
Steve Young,
Mm-hmm.
like win 1 championship type deal.
Something like that. Yeah, but like
Yeah.
one of the better quarterbacks and mobility, causing problems for a long time, efficient,
Off
schedule.
off schedule, off platform, just off all the way
Mm-hmm.
around. Like
Wrecking havoc.
yeah.
Like Steve used to do, right? And take off running. Sometimes it just break your back, right?
And Steve Young is an amazing quarterback.
Shador is gonna make that 3rd and 8. That's gonna get you the first down. That's gonna, you know what I'm saying, get you in position to get that game-winning field goal or to seal the game. Or those things, those intangible things that you can't measure at the combine. He got those things. That's why I'm high on Shador, because he has those things, and I think he even have the combine things. Like he can make the throws, he can make the reads, he can do all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I think where his money is, where he butter his bread, is in the intangibles. I think it's about the leadership, the quarterback having the ability to stay in the middle, no highs, no lows. You don't see him shaking a lot, So I can agree with you when I see when I hear the Steve Young comparison. I never heard that, but that's a good one.
That's when I was looking at tape and everything. That's definitely what I felt. It was like, this is Steve Youngy, Obviously Steve is left-handed, so there's some difference there. But yeah, definitely. What's up, VBZ? What's going on?
V Beasley.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
Yeah, I can see Aaron McNair too. Just Aaron McNair was different because his arm was different.
He's bigger, stronger.
McNair being more comparable to Cam Ward. That's just me.
Yeah, you're correct.
You know what? I can see that.
Absolutely, I agree. He says, actually, the Seymour Davis is broke. I've been waiting for the show. Make it make sense. What are you talking about, Veezy? Can you explain what you're talking about? I don't know why you think there's anything to prove that Martinez is broke.
Is this regarding us not signing like free agents
Oh,
or?
did you want us to spend $17 million a year on a safety? That was dumb. That wasn't Mark Davis.
Yep,
That
yep,
was the GM
yep,
being smart.
yep.
He did. Okay, I think that's what we wanted. Maybe we should spend $13.5 million on the linebacker.
Yep. Sometimes you got to splurge off the curb.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to do a little extra for something special.
So VZ, we did sign people. You should get here earlier. But we will talk about all those different players we signed.
He said, "I want toys." Yo,
Right?
yo.
Exactly, VBZ. Exactly. I want
Hey,
toys too.
this
Exactly.
free agency, like it wasn't loaded, with like superstars,
Nah,
and
don't
all that stuff.
come on, bro. The boys with the most toys win. Y'all know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
whoever wins
look,
free agency, right?
now I'm just speaking for myself here. I'm happy with the moves that we're making. We're not signing, Marcus Joyner type deals, right? And I'm happy with what we're doing. We're analyzing the whole situation here, and I have the utmost confidence in our GM, and what he's doing, and just our team going forward in general. But yeah, that's funny because there's a lot of Raider fans out there too. It's like, man, we should have signed this person, right? And I get it, but you got to think about those free agents that we signed in the past. We, give them the check, right? But they didn't pan out, man.
What's that corner that played for the Chargers last year? That's dope. That's in the free
I
agency.
hope we sign him. You're talking about Sante Samuel Jr., right?
So my question is this: why he ain't signed already? Because to me, he probably was the best corner in the free agency. To me,
he's good. He's good.
So why he ain't signed yet?
That's a great question.
That's a good question. The thing is, like, maybe there's a bidding war still happening.
Maybe other than Slay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
but Slay already got his mind made up pretty much.
Right. So I just have to, say this here too. So I just want to go back, to Jack's comment here to where he says, let's wait and see on Gino's contract. It will tell all. And
man, that shit about to be crazy. That contract gonna be way more than we wanted.
And Jack, I absolutely agree with what you're saying here. And that could potentially be a reason why we're not signing all these high, big ticket guys, right? And there's a reason why Gino hasn't had his press conference yet, because we're still working things out. You know what I mean? Right. And I expect it. My guess that it should be all done, signed, sealed, done by Tuesday. All that should be the latest Tuesday.
You know how much money he about to get?
I heard rumors, and I just really now this is just me here. I hope we're not signing him for an astronomical amount for like 5 years, 6 years. You know what I mean? Because I've been hearing stuff like that. I don't want him for a long, term. You know what I mean? Like a 2 year, 3 year, perfect. You know what I mean? But
so
I don't want to go.
Watch the guaranteed money. The guaranteed money is all that matters. Okay. You take that guaranteed money and you say, when is that all paid out? That's the end of the contract. I don't care how long it is. We learned that earlier this year, the guaranteed money thing, Max Crosby. So, yeah. Once we get that idea of how much we've been spending on that, that's going to be...
Man, Gino about to make about 35-40 million, right? And to me, Gino ain't... See, this is where it's gonna be an issue. Like y'all said, it's a reason why we not signing certain players. There's a reason why we spent $10.55 on the linebacker. Like, it's a reason why we doing that, and the reason is because Gino contract is about to eat a lot. Yeah, true enough, the guaranteed money, I get all that. We're gonna structure it right because they obviously told him enough for him to be like, all right, cool, because the whole reason why he's disgruntled in Seattle was because they didn't want to chip him out.
I agree.
It's fine. He said, blame it on Max. It's always Max's fault. It's because of Max, somehow.
I know Max a problem. Max is the blame. He the whooping post.
He's only got 1 year left in his jail deal. Like, this is the final
The
year. He
reason
has to
why
get
I
something down on
don't
that.
want to draft Gino, or I'm sorry, draft Gino. Sorry, my thoughts are here. We're getting both intertwined. I don't want to sign Gino to a long-term deal, right? Because let's say, for example, Sanders does fall to us, right? I want Sanders to sit, but not for all those. I don't want him to sit that long. But let's say,
Trust me, he won't.
if
He'll beat Geno Smith out.
right. But let's say we don't go that route, right? We're like, all right, you know what? We're gonna get T Mac, Graham Foss to us, Sanders off the board, or we get Genty, right? Then I could kind of entertain it because that first round, like Sanders, that changed. So it all varies on the draft too here. So I just want to see what the Raiders' thoughts are here going forward and how they're gonna make this deal work for Gino.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, VBZ, I'm with you, VBZ. We gotta draft Shador at all costs because if we were to do a long-term contract for Geno, right, that just would be on paper because we know Geno Smith is not going to be our quarterback in 3 years, like for real. Especially if we draft a quarterback. This is not one of them situations where we have a Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre situation where we have a quarterback that already know our culture and already been a Raider for a while, and then they handing them the keys over. Geno just got the keys. Matter of fact, if Geno leave the keys on the counter, Shador gonna take the car. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we just need Geno to play like a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? Like, so let's say next year he played. This contingent on if we got Shador. Geno played cool, like middle tier quarterback that he is. But we seeing it like he either doing up or he trending down. Let's say he trending up still a little bit. It's not going to be a big jump, because Geno Smith's ceiling is already just like right there. It ain't that far. It's right there. So let Shador even get in the hemisphere. And then, like I said earlier about these Raider fans, we go not next year, but the following year we go 2-4, right? They're gonna be talking about put in Shador. Shador come in and win 2 games. Shador ain't never coming off the field after that. Until he get hurt in week 14, and then Geno Smith gonna come back in.
I mean, you're probably right, man.
No, I'm just saying that's the only best case scenario I can see like that. So paying him $35-40 million a year, that's gonna be crazy work.
Yeah. Yes,
because you the GM, right? You the GM. You like players, but you don't like them because how much they cost. So that diminishes their worth, which I agree with you a lot of times, right? Because a lot of people do not factor that in. So I appreciate that you bring that in, right? So for me, Geno Smith at $35-40 million for 2 years, that stopped us from signing Merrick. Like overpaying Merrick. If we gonna overpay somebody, overpay a player that's really ours.
That's what we did.
But once again, I'm sorry, but like you said though, the league was conspiring against us because every one of our key players, everybody overpaid them to the point where it didn't make sense for us.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it out loud, but I was like, I feel like there's a thing.
I'm gonna say it for you because ain't nobody else saying that, and I ain't heard nobody else say that, and that's a very poignant point.
That's the first thing I noticed. I was like, Merrick got a lot of, Solane got a Hobbs. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Interesting. He says, I'm not signing Geno an extension. You need to learn from the Falcons' mistake with Cousins. Cousins was coming off an Achilles injury, so that's a little different. Geno's healthy. If he was coming off an Achilles injury, I'd be very suspect about giving him a contract. Right?
I'd be extremely nervous.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Y'all just put something in my mind. We better get Shador at all costs because if Geno was to get hurt, oh, my God.
Carnage.
Right. Because then you know what we'll have. Because then you know what we'll have to do.
Carter Bradley.
Who?
Carter Bradley.
AOC.
No!
That is the closing bell, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot place no more stocks. Stock market is closing.
No more stocks on AOC. Y'all didn't even say AOC name. What a difference a few weeks makes.
Listen, I have been saying the same thing about AOC for a while. That man needs another opportunity, and it's not going to happen here. His lack of mobility progression last year was really difficult.
He's just that.
You gotta get more mobile, man. If you can't do that, then that's not going to be a viable thing.
So let's just be real here, right? Let's say we don't have Sanders. Gino's out there. God forbid, he gets injured, right? Who's really going to come off the bench after him? It's going to be AOC.
Is AOC still going to be here when the season starts?
It depends what we're doing in the draft, honestly. You know what I mean?
Let's say we get a quarterback in the first or second round. Really?
You know what? I'm gonna agree with him. Black.
Is Mariota signed yet?
He'll be here. He'll be here.
I say we move on from AOC after the draft and sign Marcus Mariota.
He just signed somewhere. I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he signed somewhere.
Hey, drop Raider Twan the link.
What's that?
Raider Twan asking for the link.
You want the link, Tom? For sure.
Yeah, I know you would be excited about that.
Yeah. 100.
What up, brother? 100. Yeah, so AOC is going to be here. You know why? Because he's already doing the right things to stay here. Mm-hmm. He understands that he has deficiencies. He understands the franchise is looking for a quarterback. And as a quarterback, that doesn't feel good. So what does he do? Get under Tom Brady to learn some shit, getting in the playbook and all that, and then putting on weight, and hopefully he learn how to fall. He needs to go down there to the UNLV baseball team and practice slide.
He said he got to learn how to fall. This man fell on both of his knees.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. Like, it didn't just happen one time. He did it again. I was like, that's hard to do. And then he did it again.
It got carted off. It got carted off one time.
I'm like, what is happening right now?
That boy fell on his knees twice and got carted off one time.
Who, AOC?
Yeah.
He don't just scramble and get tackled.
He don't know how to slide well either, man. He can't slide.
Right? He can't scramble and stay
healthy. But he's under Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't going to probably just do him like, oh, he'll be here. He'll be like the third string quarterback.
Yeah, I don't see all this under Tom Brady stuff. I think it's overblown. I think he's going to be gone. That's just my opinion. So, it don't fit what Chip Kelly wants to do offensively. So then you put him in a position.
AOC? Shoot, I would think it'll work better if Chip Kelly can get the ball out of his hand quick.
No, but he can't move.
Oh, yeah, well, that's a problem.
And that's part of what Chip Kelly kind of demands is to do, the move stuff where some of that there. So, that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. Time will tell. I don't see it. Like, how does he survive? In this situation. So, Twine, you have the link. We are going to be wrapping it up soon, though, guys.
I say if we have time, I would definitely like to do a mock draft before the show ends real fast. Just like the top 4 picks.
Mm-hmm. We talked about it. So yeah. Twan, you have the link. Jump on in here when you're ready. And I think that's what we're gonna do. Of course, let Twan get off whatever he needs to say, and then we're gonna get focused here on getting the mock draft accomplished. Okay. So just a little fun. I think we each are gonna make uh, our pick based on what's there, and so we'll record that, and we can all kind of have a running idea of the different thoughts on how we would run this draft. Um, and I think it's going to be interesting, right? Um, but before we get to that, real quick, I'm going to give Raider Twan a chance to say what he
Yeah, I'm
needed to
curious to
say.
see what you say about that right
And,
there, because that's a
and
good
Hey,
ass
what's
point right
good?
there, EC.
I can't hear you guys, but let me see
What up, Raider Twan?
what I do.
we can hear you. You're good. So we'll let Riddle Twan figure that out. But the other side of that, though, it's what EC says, the other side of everything is that if Shador is playing comparable to Gino by year 3, then you're looking at locking up Shador at the 2027 QB prices, which is going to be like 75 million for like comparable to Gino. No. See, like if he's already playing as good as Gino is now in year 3, then when he hits his prime, he's going to be better than Gino, right? He's going to continue to ascend. And then, like I said, I think his ceiling is like a Steve Young kind of player, right? So we'll see what that means. And
Sure,
it comes,
Gino didn't become Gino until like the last 3 years.
mm-hmm,
True.
right. It took him a while to get caught up with that.
But
So
but that wasn't all his fault because a lot of it was situation.
for
But
sure,
he did get opportunity though. I'm not gonna sit here and act like he didn't have opportunity. He just
no, it
really
just
had
wasn't
a
checked
he had a real NFL career. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the highs and the lows, and he made the best out of it from where I sit, from where I
Mm-hmm.
see it. So my
So
hat's off to him for that, and I'm glad that we got a quarterback that I know that has some grit.
for real. So guys, we are going to do a 3-round mock because I'm not paying for PFF in order to do more.
Yeah, they have free drafts that will allow you to do the full 7. But I'll be honest here, I don't know the draft deep like that, so I would like to do the like top
Just
4
give me
picks.
3 rounds. That's all I need. I already know my 3 players.
He's getting my 3 rounds, bro. I don't need all that. Let's see. I wonder if my NFL draft net is up. I'm just gonna
Let me
see
see
if
if I could find that site for you.
But yeah, we've got kind of a little option here. Let's see if the draft network simulator is working.
So here's my question for you guys in the chat and also my brothers on the panel. So if Gino get paid because if he get paid 40, because I think he was asking 40, 45 from Seattle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he get 40, right? How, how does that look to y'all now?
It's short term. It'd be like, they're basically doing what EC said, which is like add a little something to next year and this and that, right? So is it ideal? No, right? Because you'd like to have less committed to the quarterback, but that's kind of how much quarterbacks cost, right? And he's going to give you playoff caliber performance, which is like what you're looking for, right? We haven't had that in a while, and if you got to pay for what you actually get, the cost is real. So, what's up, Twan? You
Hey,
good?
what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Yes, we
I
can.
can hear y'all. Um, yeah, go ahead, man. I don't want to jump in front of anybody like that.
No, no. Actually, I wanted to kind of just like have you come in and then get off whatever you wanted to say because we're gonna do the mock draft stuff next. So anything that
Oh,
you wanted to review, yeah, let's go.
yeah. I think and I actually I've not been able to go live personally on my on my channel or whatever, for
Mm-hmm.
personal reasons. But I I I've been sitting on this thought, and Black said it tonight. He said, maybe we do need to go get Shador. And he went to go. He went to go. He looked at it in a different way too. I looked at it as if Pete Carroll is, but it still works for the same reason. Me and Black agree on that part. But my thinking is that if,
Oh, we lost him?
Lost him.
Ah, all right.
Not the cliffhanger. He hit us with
He's
the
in my
cliffhanger.
audience.
Oh, I know.
He hit us with the cliffhanger. I was invested. I was like, hold on, I'm about to see where this go.
Beezy says Raiders need to sell out to get Shador. He's the best player available for the Raiders. He can handle pressure living in Vegas. Yes. Dude, he needs to turn around a moribund franchise that is tough on quarterbacks and do it in Vegas. And you have to have a certain swag for that. You cannot be
It takes a certain
non-leader type of
player,
person.
It takes
certain words.
Hey, you know who else got that? You know who else got that though?
Cam.
Geno Smith.
Geno does. He has a swag too.
I'm just saying he's a high character guy.
Yep.
You're not gonna find him in a bunch of trouble. You was not about to hear about him in some strip club casino, doing 100. You ain't about to hear none of that out of him.
I just don't think he's worth that. Is what I want. All SMG says market value is 43, but I don't think he's worth that. Like Morgan's not worth 17. I will let AC answer. I think the 40 to 45 is just what top 15-ish NFL starting quarterbacks cost now. You can massage the cap hit, right? Raiders are clear of dead money in 2026. Finally. But it's just the market now, and it's true. It is. As a quarterback, I was trying to say.
I could respect that. I could respect that.
Yeah,
I can respect that.
That's what they cost.
Yeah, that's what they cost.
Pay it, right?
Like even if you don't think he worth it, that's the going rate. Like you go buy eggs right now and they ain't worth what they cost. So that's why I went and got 4 chickens. No, I'm just playing.
He said, "I got me some chickens. I'm about to manage this whole thing, bro.
I'm a chicken hawk."
No, you're not. So, let's see here. We are going to get set up on the 4-round draft here through NFL Mock Draft Database, and then we're all going to make our calls. Hopefully, Twan can get back up in here and end the cliffhanger before we all just can't take it anymore. VZ says he's tired of bridge quarterbacks. We need to have a rookie to groom. Yes, and right on time. What's up, Tom?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Okay, because I can't hear you guys, but I'm just gonna say my piece and I'm gonna get off because I know I've been playing in and out with this phone I got. But back to, I agree with Black. I think Black is on point with what he said is as us needing Shador. I looked at it in a different reason, and I said it a little earlier, but I'll say it again. If Pete Carroll is so hell bent on us winning now, this is going to be the closest we are going to be to the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
And even if he tries and doesn't succeed and we go 8-8, what's going to end up putting us? That's going to put us like 14, 15, right? And then now you got to Drew Hours out there. Oh, Manning, whoever he is out there. Now we got to give up an arm and leg to get up to get that. So I think that's more of a reason to add on to what Black is saying as to why they need to go. And I say Shador, but whoever they feel the quarterback is of the future, they need to go get that person now because it's going to cost us an arm and leg a year, 2 years from now. If Pete Carroll is really solely, working to, like he's been saying, we're here to win now. So that's kind of the biggest take that I have. There's some things about Max's contract I could talk about, but I don't want to waste too much of your guys' time on that either.
Nah, go
No,
off.
no.
If you guys want me to do a thumbs up, if you guys don't, it's cool. I can't hear you. Okay, so thumbs up. Um, with Max's contract, yes, he deserves. Yes, he deserves to get guaranteed money. Yes, he
Mhm.
deserves to get what the market is saying for a pass rusher. In regards to
Mhm.
that, if we feel that he's the cornerstone of our defense, but there are some
Mhm.
things in regards to Max Crosby's contract that a lot of people are not considering, and it's yes, there's guaranteed money, but it's how
Mhm.
the guaranteed money is actually forked out. And at this moment, the last viewing of that I saw of the contract is everything is pretty much front loaded, which means that the
Mhm.
majority of his guarantees starts now
Mhm.
versus later, or
Hmm.
spreading it out even. So you
Yeah.
know there's some guaranteed money from Max Crosby, which in my honest opinion, I really don't think he fully deserves it. If you look at his stats, the pass rusher that we really truly think Max Crosby is, he's been a double digit pass rusher for half of his years. And
Mhm.
he's been in the league for 6 years. So half of the years he's been what you would call a perennial defensive lineman, So those are things that, again, yeah, he's our guy. Yes, he is, the you can name him the face or whatever the situation may be, but that's why way earlier I said blame it on Max, because the way that the contract, the amount that he was given, on top of how they're trying to fork it out,
Mhm.
it's not going to help us beneficial, and that's why you see a lot of these nickel and diming of guys trying to replace key uh pieces of what we thought was going to be our foundation of the defense, which is Robert Spillane and Trayvon Merritt. So, um, so
Mhm.
Wait a minute.
that's all I got.
So
Makes sense.
I'm looking at Max Crosby stats. I've never looked at
I'll,
Max
I'll
Crosby
I'll pop
stats.
back in the chat so I can hear what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Hey,
Thanks,
but
son.
blessings
Thanks for
to all
popping.
you guys. Thanks for allowing me that time, though. Really
Thank you,
appreciate it.
brother. Like I'm looking at Max Crosby stats here, right? I've never looked
Mhm.
at Max Crosby stats.
Okay.
Now, and he said, like people say, maybe, and I'm sure he's not the only one that feel this way, that statistically he didn't deserve the money. And even Raider Ben was like of this thought process. So
Yeah.
his rookie year, he comes in and gets 10 sacks, right? With 47 combined tackles. His rookie year. So he jumps on the radar rookie year. Boom.
Mhm.
So now they're like, oh hell no, nah. We're not about to let Max Crosby just be the force disruptor. So 39 combined tackles, which is that's a wall right there. Then come back 56 tackles, 8 sacks. So them is 2 bad years right there. That the league caught up with him right there, pretty much, or they
Well, eight
neutralized him.
sacks. See, this is the
Then he
thing. Like
comes in
sacks.
after that, 89 tackles and 12 and a half sacks at DN, 89 tackles. And then
It's
the
crazy.
next year he comes in 90 tackles, 14 and a half sacks at D tackle. Y'all tripping. So then he played half a season, 45 tackles with 7.5 sacks. That's 90 tackles, 14 sacks. Are y'all tripping? What is y'all tripping? Y'all tripping. If we would have let Max Crosby go, it wouldn't have been the Khalil Mack thing, but it would have been the same dumb room though, for sure.
Same room. That's why I said somewhere in between Josh Jacobs and Khalil Mack level dumb,
Yeah.
right?
And I think Josh Jacobs would have been maybe slightly worse than Max because we strung Jacobs along.
He was like, I give it to you for $10.
Yeah, and 2 stamps. He was like, give me a pack of backwoods and a quarter. Like it was like, nah, we ain't got no tree.
You said a pack of backwoods and a quarter.
I smell tree all in here.
He's like, bruh, come on, no, you got some. Like, listen, we ain't selling that for you. We ain't get that's not for you.
So yeah, Max Crosby deserved his money. He deserved his money. I don't care what y'all are trying to say now because this boy, 90 tackles at the DN.
Yeah, one of the best run defenders in the NFL too. Also,
no, 90 tackles at DN. Like, let that sink in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
2 years in a row.
Right. And this is the thing also on top of it, guys. Like, sacks are more indicative of luck and the rest of the D-line's play than even your own play. I've played this position. You can beat your guy, and the quarterback does. He runs away from you, right? You get the sack because somebody else ran him to you most of the time. Okay, are there just chances where you beat the tackle clean and you just like get a sack? Yeah, that happens, but more often than not, the quarterback sees you coming and he runs away or throws the ball before you can get to him, right? Because he can see you coming. Right? Or at least feel it. Good quarterbacks, pocket presence. So you need the D-line itself to get you sacks. Pressures are on you. They're indicative of your own work, right? They don't always turn into sacks. But sacks are lucky, guys. They're lucky. And so when you judge a player by sacks, I think you're falling into a trap because the sacks will come from the pressures. Some years will be more, some years will be less. But they do come from the pressures, right? The pressures are the fuck the plays up stuff. You fuck a play up with pressure. Pressure busts pipes. Okay? So it's just
like that. Pressure busts pipes. That is the way to say it.
Right? So let's just do a quick run, guys, and then we've got to get out of here, okay? So let's share the screen and play a little mock drafty stuff before we dip. All right. So let's pull it up. We're gonna use mock draft database because Western said so. Okay. Got a problem with it? Take it up with him. I wouldn't do that for you though. I would probably not.
It's cool because it's free. You could do all full 7 rounds if you want to, and you get a draft grade after.
Yeah. Don't mess with Western. That man is a janitor in public school.
Custodian.
Faces him.
They're
custodian.
There's a difference.
You're right. You get paid more.
A janitor, if you want to be a dick about it, aka Dave Chappelle. Remember, it's like janitor, you want to be a dick about it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, I don't want to go off the train.
Bro, Miles Garrett
never call him a janitor either.
Miles Garrett didn't have 90 tackles in 2 seasons, bro.
Right.
Yeah. He might have got like about 5 or 6 more sacks, but I'd rather take them 50 plus tackles. Because the way we can't tackle sometimes, boy.
Mm-hmm. You lucky Max got him down.
Yeah, we lucky Max grabbed them. Like, what are we talking about? Like, Miles Garrett have 47 tackles and 14 sacks last year.
Who's first? Who's first here?
They have Travis Hunter going 1. Ashton Genty 2 to Cleveland.
All right, who's drafting
3.
first?
And then we got Armand Mongo is still available. No, Tevin Millen's still available. Actually, that's what they're looking at now. Okay, so like actually Genty went 7. Let me look at this. Pull it up. Oh no. Travis Hunter and Genty are still available also. Okay, so let's look at the actual picks here. I know that Mason Graham went previously, but it's not showing.
Oh, so go where it says show players right there where it says drafted players. See that tab that says
There
hide
we
and
go.
show.
There we go. All right.
You gotta hit it.
It didn't. There we go. All right. So it looks like Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Shador is gone, Mason Graham, and Will Campbell. So all the quarterbacks are gone. Mason Graham is gone. The tackle is gone. We have Hunter, Genty, Ted. Okay, so everybody is going to get a choice here. And go ahead, Western. Who would you choose here?
Well, that one's pretty simple, and this might be unexpected for you guys, but I'm going with the Heisman winner. So please draft me the Heisman winner.
I'm actually not surprised by that.
What's going on? Let me see. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
So the options are
Can you take the comment off?
Here, let me make it look bigger, guys. We're gonna do like that. Now,
no, I'm not saying you had a problem with the contract. I was just piggybacking off the thought of was he worth the money?
Was he worth it, right? So yeah, EC was just going off about the pressures thing. So yeah, who you got?
I can't see available players. Oh,
so available Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter ain't got picked yet. That's crazy.
Ted McMillan. Yeah, so you take Travis. What would you take here?
I'll take Travis Hunter too, twice.
Yeah. So yeah, me too.
Yeah, you know I've been saying we should go get Travis Hunter.
I mean, if Travis Hunter's sitting there at 6,
I'm like
gone.
Go get Travis Hunter. But we need Shador though.
Two problems that we have on this team. We need another receiver. We need another corner. He is probably instantly the best player at both positions. So we running that card up and get Travis Hunter.
I would do that like Brock Bowers. Like, forget everything. I'm just gonna grab this guy.
Yeah, he's sitting there. I'm sorry, but that's happening. All right, so we get an A for that because they know that was a smart move. And so let's see what's left here. We are up 37th pick.
And then go up and then go to drafted players. Click right there.
So we can go and see what's left. All right, so
taking Campbell. That's me.
Jahad Campbell, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. Jackson Dart is there.
We need a quarterback right now.
Marion Hampton is still there as a possibility.
Milroe gone. Is Milroe gone?
Draft Jalen.
Let's see. Quarterbacks. And we have so Dart, Milroe, Ewers, Shaw still available.
I'm going Milroe.
Will Howard, Dylan Gabriel.
Wait, sorry. I need Will Howard.
Will Howard would be who you draft.
No, not Will Howard. I'm sorry. I'm tripping.
Ohio State?
I thought that was that cornerback. What's the cornerback name?
Oh, Will Johnson.
Where he at? Is he available?
He's definitely gone, bro.
He's gone.
Well, shit. By 37. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he won 11. So, or he's 11th ranked player.
So I'm going Milroe.
Sure.
You know that's big for me because I don't like Alabama quarterbacks.
I'm going.
Okay, you go Milroe. What'd you do?
Okay, I'm going with Campbell, Jahad Campbell. He's there, either Campbell or the safety right there. But I'm going Campbell first. Campbell's there. I feel like it's mandatory.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
Okay. Campbell's really good. He is very good.
Yeah, and that safety
it's hard to pass that up.
And that safety
put your heart there.
Iman Wari's pretty freaking good too. Egbuka is a pretty damn good receiver. I feel like for us though, I'm going Marion Hampton here.
You could get one later in the rounds, but go ahead. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I feel like he's I think he's a very talented player. I think he's in the discussion for the best back in this draft. And I like Scatterbo a lot too, but Scatterbo is a little, I think, more limited because of the size and stuff like that. It's just my feeling.
Okay, so you have
him to Mostert.
Black. I forgot who his choice was, and then
Milroe.
and then I would choose either Jahad Campbell or Nick Imamori.
Well, you know what? I think Milroe might drop, so I'm gonna go with Campbell too. We need a linebacker.
Okay, Campbell, and then I'm saying we're gonna go running back here, and get our dude locked up, and get him Marion Hampton. All right. So you guys said Campbell. There's two votes for that, so we're gonna pull Campbell as the pick, B+, and move on to the third and then the fourth round.
Jalen got picked.
He just got picked too.
Just got picked, yeah.
So quarterbacks left.
Who's left? Okay.
So yours. Okay. Will Howard is still there. Dylan Gabriel's still there. Colin Ford.
Who's left at running backs? Give me Caleb Johnson. Give me Caleb Johnson.
Dylan Sampson. EJ Giddens. Those guys. Neil's pretty damn good. Etienne's brother's there. All right. So you're looking Caleb Johnson is where you want to go here?
That would be my choice, Caleb Johnson.
Black, what are you looking at?
Here? Go to quarterback.
Quarterback.
I gotta go offense here.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I gotta go Will Howard.
I agree. Will Howard is the pick. And then we move forward with the final pick. Guys. At 108. Rushbro just went. It's a good receiver from Miami. Who is left? We don't need a quarterback.
Running back.
Emory Jones.
Who's left as running back?
Running back is Dylan Sampson. Who's all the running backs? Dylan Sampson is still there, which is, I think, where I'd want to go. Ollie Gordon, Devin Neal.
I'm taking Dylan Sampson.
Yeah, Dylan Sampson. What did you say? Black, what do you think?
Let's see. Wide receivers. What wide receivers out there?
Savion Tez Johnson is there. Oof, game breaker.
Yeah, game breaker.
Yeah, buddy. And we keep him away from Denver. Him and Bo are literally like adopted brothers, so probably don't want them playing together.
How tall is he?
Tez is like 6'2" or something. Tez Johnson, let's see.
Yeah, we need a receiver, so. And who was running back? We didn't have no running back. And no running backs left. Yeah, wasn't no running backs left. So I gotta go
Samson out there. Ollie Gordon.
Okay, now Tez is 5'10". Sorry, guys. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I will go with a running back here. That will be just me.
Yeah.
Who you would go with?
I would go with
Dylan Sampson
with the Tennessee. Dylan Sampson. Yeah, from Tennessee.
Sampson.
Yep. Speedy, game breaking guy with some good size. One of the more athletically talented.
Can he hit the home run ball?
He can.
What's his number? What was his number in college?
Chicks dig the long ball. So,
what's his football number?
Dylan Johnson. I don't know.
Sampson.
What a jersey
number? It was
number?
like 7 or something. I'm trying to remember. Yeah.
Let's find out his jersey number right now.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's number 6. Number 6.
6, not 7. Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can go with 6. That's cool. He all right.
It's quick, fast.
We need one of them YNs with them single digit numbers. Them YNs with the single digit numbers. I'm telling y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on defense. I told people this a long time ago before dreads was popular. Remember when them corners start wearing dreads? I was like, don't throw it to the corners that wear dreads. I'm telling you. Well,
Don't turn it to the course.
I'm trying to think who was the first corners to wear dreads. Dang it. Them fools, you could not throw on none of them.
Well, I think it's a pretty good draft, guys.
Yeah, if we get, dude, man, we can land all four of those guys.
Yeah.
First of all.
But honestly, I don't think Travis Hunter is gonna be there just sitting, to fall in our lap like that. Who knows? Who knows?
Do you know? Yeah, that would be a good draft right there. Ooh, A+. They give an A+ for that.
You see, when we put our minds together, just let us run the front office.
I was about to say we need to take over the franchise.
Yeah, I think it's time. Yeah.
That will be exactly how I would draft it too, like just like that. If that's how the draft fell,
if it fell, yeah, definitely.
That's exactly how I would do it.
All right, let's do it. Let's go around one more time. Let's do it again one more time.
We're gonna do one more again, guys. And get up out of here and do the right thing.
Because the Travis Hunter thing threw me off.
That was different. I didn't think that was gonna be a thing. But let's see if it happens again or something like that. Probably not, right?
No, that's why I was like, come on, let's see the chances of.
If it does happen again, that will be something, man. All right, so we're gonna show and we're gonna play. Okay, now we're up. It happened again, I think.
Hold on, wait. How many picks they trying to give us?
Yeah, a lot.
How many picks? And then what would we pick? What would we pick in the first round?
Like, I think they had us picking like 8 or 9. It's not reasonable. We're not getting.
Then we could have got Genty and got hella picks.
Now, if you can do that, you could trade down and get Genty like 8 or 9. Okay, now it's different, right? It's
so of course, we got to go with Travis Hunter again.
Exactly. So this is probably going to play out pretty similar, guys. Travis Hunter goes, okay, and then Will Johnson is gone. Jenkins here, okay. Who do we have left? We're gonna go with that. Who's the Burden? Mario Hampton, Jackson Dart. So the linebacker's not here.
Yeah, the linebacker and the safety ain't there.
Right.
Who's left at quarterback?
Right.
Jackson Dart, just Jalen Monroe.
Damn.
See, if it was me here,
you would get Dart.
No, I would not. I don't
running back.
If it was me, I would go Hampton also as well.
Okay, so we go Hampton here, and then we're gonna stop after round 4, even though we didn't signify that.
We need a quarterback
again.
Yeah,
we do need a quarterback.
Quarterback, is who's there?
Our guy Will Howard is there.
I'm getting Howard too.
And then now we see what happens next here. And we make our way to the 4th round at 108. Ooh, Scatterbo's still there.
Look at your boy.
That's crazy.
We don't have no running back. We already got a running back.
No, we got a Hampton. I didn't think Scatterbo would be there in the 4th round. I don't think that's going to happen, guys. Even a 4-3-5.
Let's see. We got to defense.
Who's that line? Okay.
Linebacker or something.
Linebacker. Demetrius Knight's not bad. Not bad. We could grab a tackle. This is where it starts to be like, well.
Best player available.
Yeah. Position of need. Yeah. I think this is.
I say with this pick,
I would probably go
back to all. See, we definitely need a linebacker here or offensive line. So I would go with.
I'm going linebacker
or offensive. Add an O line there.
I would say I want to go Wyatt here. Go with the tackle. from West Virginia.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the linebacker or offensive tackle. So I'm open for anyone. I don't care.
I
All right,
think we
chat.
need defense.
Yeah, I think the chat.
Linebacker, offensive tackle. Let us know quickly, and we'll make the pick and get out of here in 2 hours. What is it? We got. I think we gotta go lineman. I think the first person to vote is gonna win here.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with either of those. So I'm open.
I'm gonna make an executive decision and say let's add the more high value player, which is the offensive lineman. Right. So that's what we're doing. All right. And you got A+ for it.
Cool.
So then it's a good draft.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we did it. We executed the draft there, so we can kind of get an idea of what's going on. We talked about what we did here in free agency. We'll have some more follow-ups. We'll talk more about Landon Roberts, more about Lonnie Johnson Jr., and how it all works out, and how Marcus Robertson, the coach, has a lot to do with Lonnie being here. So, any closing remarks before we get up out of here, Western?
I just want to say thank you guys for your time, for being here on this Saturday evening. I appreciate it. If you have the extra time, please feel free to go to our channels. You could subscribe to our channels. It's free. And make sure you hit the like button on the way out. And I hope you guys have a spectacular rest of your Saturday evening.
Awesome. Black, anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
Yeah, I'm gonna write it out. Shout out to the
Yeah.
chat. Shout out to the chat. A good stream, fellas. I mean, like always. So,
All right, yeah. And like I always say, man, stay positive. See the world out there. What else you gonna do? Stay positive and read between the lines. That's where all the information's at. And most of all, stay hot. Good night now.